Hey guys, welcome back. So today we are doing this makeup look, a little bit dramatic, but perfect for the holidays. This is inspired by Kacey Musgraves' new music video, What Are You Doing New Year's Eve? I will link it down below. But in the video, she has this really insane like glitter lip. And I was fascinated by it. I thought it was so pretty, so I actually looked it up. I tell the story a little bit as I do the video, but I looked up a brand that made it and I purchased it, and what are you doing over here? And I'm so thrilled with how this looks. This is so cool. And then I also curled my hair the way that she did. It's obviously not as pretty or professional. This hair is going to be the death of me, honestly. So anyways, if you guys like this look and you want to see how I achieved it, then just keep on watching. All right, so I want to tell you guys I just put some nail polish on maybe like, I don't know, 20 minutes ago. It's actually Kathleen Light's nail polish. I want to talk about it, but I want to jump into the makeup because I have a tendency to chat a lot and you all know that. So I'm scanning my table for my primer. I don't know where I put it, but I'm going to start with some Aquaphor. This is for the lips because we're gonna be doing a really fun lip. I'm sure you saw in the intro, but I'm gonna slap a bunch of that on just to prep the lips. I can't find the Cover FX primer I was going to use, so instead I'm just gonna use what's left of this Becca backlighting primer. There's not much, if anything at all. That's a massive bummer. Well, I'm gonna use instead the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Oil. The makeup that she wears in this music video is really glowy, so I want something that's like really hydrating. This will be nice. My skin always gets so red when I touch it. I swear I'm being really gentle, but it's just a diva. For foundation today, I'm going to be using my NARS Sheer Glow in the shade Mont Blanc, and I'm gonna mix in a little bit of this Revlon Photo Ready Skin Lights face illuminator. So my nail polish, I pre-ordered in November sometime. The launch date was December 5th, and I think I ordered it like, I don't know, tell me if I'm wrong, maybe like November 21st or something. I think it was available for pre-order then, but I just got them a few days ago. I guess they shipped the pre-orders the day that they launched, which I think is a huge mistake myself, but anyway, I didn't get it until super late, and it's really nice. The wand itself is really short and dense, which I really like a lot. I feel like the bristles were a little uneven and I was scared that it wasn't going to give me like a straight line, but it was fine, it worked, and it's a really nice color. This is Gumption. I'll show you guys up close. So here are the nails. The color's really cool. It's like very, I don't know, very blue. Not so much a navy, but anyway. So I got it finally, and I'm really excited. It's a nice color. I also got Brick Red, and depending on how this wears, I may have to order more. So in the video, her skin is really, really perfect, but also really glowy. So that's why I wanted to go for a little bit of illuminator in the foundation. I don't like country music, but I really, really like that CD. I don't know what it is about it. It's classic. It's a little twangy, but not too much because I'm just not into that. For concealer, I'm gonna mix a couple. I'm going to use my Maybelline Fit Me in light and then go over top with my Tarte Shape Tape, also in light, which is a lot lighter. It's a little brightening, and I think that that will be really nice under the eye, just to give it a little bit of life. My under eyes are super dark these days. I didn't sleep very well this week. A lot of parties, a lot of holiday stuff going on. I'm sure you guys are in the same boat, so my poor liver is really sad. And I just haven't been sleeping very well, so I'm gonna use my favorite brush to blend that in. This is by Sigma. This is the Soft Blend Concealer brush. All right, of course I'm gonna use some eye primer. You know, I can't live without it. I actually talked about this in my last favorites video, which if you click the link at the end of this video, you can head on over and watch that next. I also highly recommend the Boyfriend Does My Voiceover tag. Boyfriend did a very good job. I had a solid laugh. All right, I'm gonna wait to do the brows, but I am going to powder the under eye. I think I may do it a little bit heavier than I normally would, just so that in case we do have any fallout, we're easily able to just wipe it away. So you know the drill, I'm using my RCMA No Color powder, and I'm just going to kind of really pack that underneath there. I don't like to bake my under eye because my under eyes are pretty dry, but I do want to make sure that this is really well powdered just in case. I don't want fallout, I'm scared. Doesn't look like there's much of anything on the eye, the full eye, so I'm just going to use a little bit of this bone colored eyeshadow from my Shaaanxo palette just to set my concealer, and this is really close to my regular skin tone. So this will just act as a base and it'll allow everything else to blend over top. So in the video, it looks like she has a tiny bit of something shimmery on her lid, so I'm just gonna use Mirage by Makeup Geek. Just a tiny amount. It looks a little shiny, but I don't want to add anything that's like straight glitter on the lid because that's obviously going to be on the lips, but this is a little satiny. To add a little definition to the crease, I'm just going to go in with Purely Naked by Makeup Geek. That's going to go just right into the crease. And I think what I'm going to do is start with the green color in the pseudo crease area so I know kind of where my wing needs to go. So I'm going to use the shade Typhoon. This is actually a duochrome by Makeup Geek. Man, my camera doesn't want to focus. There it is. This is a really pretty duochrome. So what I'm gonna do is grab a really small brush. Her eye shape's a little bit different than mine, so we may have to play with this a little bit, but basically it follows the crease and then it joins up for where the wing is going to go. So what I may do is kind of start it out here. Draw a little bit of a line. It fades out, so I'm just gonna wipe off my brush on the back of my hand to get rid of any excess product. What I may do too is just grab my brush that I used to apply that color into the crease and just lightly soften it. It's a little bit more subtle, which is really nice. So what I'm gonna do now is just join that back lash line. There's gonna be a little bit of black, so I'm just gonna draw it a little bit more in. To create a really thin wing, I'm just gonna go in with this L'Oreal black gel liner and an angled brush. This is actually an eyeliner, or not eyeliner brush, an eyebrow brush. I'm gonna dip into that on the back of my hand, just kind of wipe it off and make sure it's not too much on the brush. And then I'm going to draw a line really close to the lash line. I want to make sure that wing is nice and sharp, so I'm just going to use another brush, this little guy here. And just because I feel like that wing still isn't sharp enough, I'm going to take a little liquid eyeliner by Kat Von D. For now, I think that actually looks pretty good. I'm going to take a little bit more of that eyeshadow though, and just when I open my eyes, I'm sorry, the sun came out. You can still see a little bit of a gap, so I just want to really lightly, is that the right one? Oh, no, that was the wrong one. I dipped into a different color. And just kind of do it like that. So we're gonna put some lashes on too, so that will help. I'm just going to deepen up that line here. And I think that's pretty cool. It's really different. So we'll definitely clean up this edge. So I'm gonna do this other eye and then I'll be right back. All right, so now that the eyes are done, I'm gonna zoom it out a little bit. And I'm just going to use some concealer to clean up the outer edges. So I'm just gonna use this little brush. This is actually meant for, I think, gel liner, but I like it for cleaning up the outer edge. I can put that concealer down. You guys, my workstation is an absolute nightmare, and now the sun is shining like crazy in here. And this is not what it was before. It was overcast and snowing and oh dear God, what am I gonna do? This is not going to work. This light, oh God, this video is turning into a nightmare. All right, so the lighting definitely just changed. I had to pull the shade down that's in front of my window so that the light stopped fluctuating. I hope it still looks okay. So now that the eyes are pretty much good, I'm just going to reassess. I think I need a little bit more of that color over here. And I want to just clean up. I want to clean up over here. Just use a little bit of the leftover concealer. And I'm gonna call this pretty good. So what we're gonna do next is apply some lashes. And for that, I'm going to use Lena lashes in the style Tina. I'm actually gonna use these from XO Beauty. I don't know what the style is. They're in a pack of naturals, but they're nice and short. They're not too long, but they will add some fullness. So what I'm going to do is just apply some mascara, and I have one by Marc Jacobs that I'm gonna throw on, and then I'll put on the lashes, and then I'll be right back. By some miracle, I got those on actually pretty well, so I'm just gonna wait for the glue to dry until I finish off the eyes. So for now, let's move on to the brows, and I'm gonna use this one by ColourPop. I just got it, and it's in the shade Bangin' Brunette. I'm just really lightly going to be doing my brows. I'm not going to do like a really thick, defined brow. I want this to be more natural looking. So I'm pretty much just gonna do that, I think. I don't really want to add too much to them, and I want to keep them natural. In the video, it doesn't look like Kacey has very much on her face aside from a little bit of bronzer and then a really beautiful highlight. So I'm just gonna go in with the Butter Bronzer by Physicians Formula on a really fluffy brush and just warm up the cheeks. I can already tell that this is going to be a really long video to edit because I did actually do one eye and realized that I hated it, so I started over. So I'm going to have like an hour's worth of footage. I told my boyfriend that this is going to take me all of like 20 minutes, and no, this is like an hour of my life happening right now, but it's worth it because this is going to be beautiful. For highlighter, I want it to be really poppin', so I'm going to use this Becca Jaclyn Hill Trio. This is from last year, and I'm going to start with Pearl because she has a really intense highlight and I want to emulate that. So I'm going to use my Makeup Geek highlighter brush, dip into that. This is really powdery highlighters. I'm going to mix a little bit of champagne pop on top actually, just to warm it up. And then to blend it, I'm just going to take my bronzer brush. I'm gonna see if I can open my shade actually now. I think the sun's gone. Yeah, that's much better. So I apologize for the lighting changing so much in this video, but this is real life, especially when you're working in front of natural lighting. So in the video, it looks like Kacey has some bottom lashes on. I don't have any bottom lashes, so what I'm gonna do is just take some of the Stila pencil and I'm gonna dot it along my lower lash line so that it looks really defined. Smudge it with my finger a little bit. She definitely does not have anything in her lash line, but I got some black, so I'm just gonna take some nude. All right, and then for a really thick bottom lash line, I'm gonna start off with this primer. I also talked about this in my recent favorites video. And then I'm gonna go in with the Marc Jacobs mascara. So this is the Lip Paint Long Lasting Smudge Proof Lip Color in the shade Pucker Up, and this is by the brand Tattoo Junkie. So I'm going to apply this. So what you do is you apply this lip paint, you let it dry, and then you press the pigment on for the glittery effect. Ooh, this smells like cookies. I can feel this already drying. All right, so it's not perfect. I can always go back in and clean it up. Oh my God, it looks so bright on camera. It's not this bright in real life, I promise you. This is pretty much dried. So what I'm gonna do now is take this little pot and press my finger in and then just dab the pigment over top. This looks so cool. Oh my God. This is the coolest thing I've ever done in my life. I mean, come on, this is ridiculous. Look at that, it is so cool. I'm friggin' thrilled about this. Oh my God, okay, gotta set it all in place. Nyx, do we finish? And this, guys, is gonna be the completed look. I cannot believe how cool this lip color is. This is kind of unbelievable. I mean, let me zoom you in. So this is what they look like. They are so cool. I mean, it's not the most perfect line on earth, but dear God, how cool is that? Oh my gosh, all right, well, I have to see if any lipstick on my teeth. So if you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Let me know if you liked it. I'm super into this. I think this is one of the coolest looks I've ever done. That eye is super cool and different. It's nice and glowy skin. These lips are unbelievable. I can't wait to wear these out for every holiday party that I have. Yeah, this is crazy. I'm so pumped. So head over to amberraybeauty.com, check out my blog. I'm gonna have some photos of this makeup look so you can see it a little bit closer up. Check out my last couple videos. I will have annotation little cards at the end so you can just easily click over. Subscribe if you haven't already, just so that every time I post a video, you can check it out. So I hope you guys are doing really well. I hope you have a really safe and fun holiday season, and I will see you soon. Bye.